Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Tyranny. As always, I'm your host, J Square John Jeremy, and I'm going to have to apologize here, but we've gone slightly back in time, and I'd like to explain why. You see, when I first started this series, I knew nothing about the game, nothing about how to play it, and it showed quite frequently. After playing the game for a bit, I've come to realize some of the mechanics, and I've come to realize that the game itself isn't meant to be played the way I was trying to play it. I was thinking that this game was a much more open-ended environment. It turns out that there are 4 specific stories that you want to know more about. The first story is with the disfavored. If you choose to align yourself with the disfavored, you have a particular story to tell with yourself and Archon Graven Ash. The same holds true for the Scarlet Chorus. There is a particular story to tell with you aligning yourself with the Scarlet Chorus. And then there are the other 2. The first is the Anarchist, someone who holds no faith to anybody but himself and just simply wants to watch the world burn, in a way. And the other is that of the rebel, someone who feels that the conquest of the tiers is just one step too far for Kyros and his empire, and decides to align himself or herself with the Vendrian Guard. 4 unique stories. And up until this point, we've been trying to maintain a neutral presence with at least as many parties as possible. And the game just doesn't really work out that way. And you kind of lose out on some of the allure of the story if you don't pick a particular side. So the question is, what side do we pick? So I took a look back at our character that we created, John Jeremy the Diplomat, and I thought to myself, well, what exactly works out best for John? What's interesting is that the game actually gives me John's thoughts. If I go back over here to my journal, I have a biography. And in this biography, it talks specifically about how I, as a character, feel about the situation that I'm currently in, or at least the situation that I have been in during this Tiers conquest. And I didn't see this before, and it brought a lot of insight into what the mind of the diplomat, John Jeremy, would be thinking. Keep in mind, this diplomat has been sent across the Northern Empire. He has not stayed in one place for too long. He has learned differences in people, and he's used that to his advantage, sure. But when you're up against the disfavored, who simply feel that anybody other than a particular race or culture is better than everybody else, you're talking about racial purity. And John doesn't really hold himself to that. He can't. He's seen far too much in his travels to make him feel as though the disfavored were in the right in that endeavor. So we will not be following the disfavored route. What about the Scarlet Chorus? They allow for all cultures to join them in their endeavors. They do. But to get them to work as a group, they basically break them down. They needlessly slaughter, wanton violence everywhere. They talk about how you need to kill your friends and family before you even become a Scarlet Chorus member if they conscript you. And all of that bloodshed is unnecessary in the diplomat John Jeremy's eyes. Uselessness in the face of all of this, trying to unite everybody. So the Scarlet Chorus is also a no-go. The anarchist route, the watch the world burn route, was tempting. Was certainly tempting. But all that really means is that we take the Scarlet Chorus ideal and we place that in John's hands. And it's John who performs all of the wanton violence and destruction and mayhem. And again, for a diplomat, that doesn't really work out too well. And then you have the rebel storyline. But for someone who works as a diplomat to end wars, to join one and lead a rebellion against his ruler almost seems insane. It doesn't fit the mold. Or at least I thought at first. But when compared to the 3 other routes in the game, I thought it was the most compelling. That's why we're back here at Tripnuttle Wilderness. You see, the plot starts here. We have a choice. We have a Vendrian Guard captain right in front of us. And when we were last here, we basically forced him to become a prisoner of the Scarlet Chorus. But tonight, what we're going to do is allow him to make his escape. And that will start us off on a journey that I am excited to showcase. Let's get to work.
Spotted something.
The Overlord's peons have arrived. Blades up! Falx in hand and ready for battle, the Vendrian Guard captain bellows orders to the warriors in his camp. Dressed in tarnished bronze and sporting countless scars across his arms, Pelox Florian towers over his peers. If you value your life, drop! His words fall silent as he scans your face in careful detail. Wait, I know you. How on Taratus do I know your face? Can it be? Peacebinder? The warrior relaxes his grip on his falx. Come to lecture me about not holding up my end of the surrender? If you value your life, drop everything and flee. Or stand and fight. I'm happy with that option too. It just seemed unsporting for me to suggest it. I left my nicest blue flag back at camp, but I'd like to talk all the same. You want to talk? Florian looks in either direction at his soldiers, gauging their reactions. Fine. Speak your mind. Try anything funny, and I'll run my falx clear up your backside until you taste bronze. What are you doing out here? Preying on wayward soldiers? He shrugged with a pained smile. Did you come out here for chit-chat? Here is where the tide changes. Run now, and I'll tell the others you died. Did I hear you right? Florian's coming back with us. We can say, I have my reasons. We can glare silently. Or we can say, good point. Florian, you must surrender, but the rest can live. We're going to whisper, I have my reasons. Let me guess. Your disfavored friends are in phalanx formation just west of here. We run into them and die screaming. Think I'm dumb enough to fall for this? The dumb move is being here when more troops arrive. He cracks a nervous smile. I don't get it. Why would you let us escape? Why would you anger your masters? Yes. Why would you? We can say, this isn't my war. I'm just swept up in it. My reasons are my own. That's all you need to know. Glare silently. Or Kyros doesn't wish to rule over an empty wasteland, and this war has claimed enough already. You are unworthy prey. I don't kill children, blind folk, or the chronically hopeless. In this case, I'm going to say, my reasons are my own. That's all you need to know. Are you kidding me with this shit? Do you have any idea how this makes us look to the Vendrian dogs? Versa's eyes widen with rage as she slowly grinds her jaw. Incredible. I had my doubts that a member of the court would know anything about war, but this sorry display forced me to lower my expectations. He nods with a knowing smile. Hazard of being a warrior. If the sharp edges don't get you, eventually your conscience will. You all heard that? Florian turns to address his crew. Time is of the essence. Stow everything in reach. Leave the rest, and get moving. The captain nods to you, then turns to depart. So we are letting the rebel captain go here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the goodies that we found over here. Come around down this way. Probably find some more goodies. There we are. Excellent. Quick finger... No, studded iron gorget for parrying. And pillar of courage. A two-handed axe, it looks like. Nice. See if anything else is around here. Looks like we're okay. Awesome. Now we still at this point have to deal with the Scarlet Chorus members that will come up as well. And here they come. Striding into camp at the tail end of a sprint, the Scarlet Chorus warrior begins to speak, but stumbles forward, bracing himself short of collapse as he catches his breath. More on the way. His words roll out between labored breaths. Patrol from this morning. Coming back. Wait. Fucking where are the Oathbreakers? His eyes widen as he looks at the camp and the lack of signs of struggle. Where's the captain? Where in the name of Kyros is he? The Fifth Eye was adamant. The warrior marches up close. The pungent smell of henna and tooth decay assault your senses. Because we have Athletics 39, we have this option. Just what are you? Taking swift control of his weapon hand, you guide his sword upward, cupping his elbow to help him drive the blade up through his jaw and into his brain. I'll just not include that part in my notes. Excellent. So with that, we eliminate that fella immediately, and the other fellas are frightened. Now, we're gonna go ahead and go into stealth mode and move Barrack forward here. He's gonna take charge of this battle. He's our tank, as it were.
You didn't see nothing.
Everyone else here is going to be... He's terrified. Excellent. Gotta love that. You're gonna go ahead and Clash of Iron all three of these fellas. Excellent. They're taunted as well. That means that we have a chance here to take care of this rather easily. At that, I'm going to go ahead and give him some might. And then let's go ahead and have Verse skewer this one over here in the corner. Oh! Excellent. Let's go ahead and work with this fellow.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Excellent. Mission accomplished here. We can go ahead and grab the goodies from this body, which was a rusted iron sword for sale. Excellent. And that changes everything. Or at least the start of the change. With that, we'll go ahead and make our way out of Trip Nettle. And we can go back to Scarlet Chorus Camp and speak with Fifth Eye. Let him know that we're not exactly sure what happened in this scenario, but we were alive. We made it out okay. Okay. The other thing about what I've learned so far is that we have been missing a great opportunity for training in certain skills. Oh my lord, what is this? Claws at throat, night yowl. That just sounds amazing. And here is Siren. Oh, I guess we don't need to talk to Fifth Eye. But let's talk to Siren. Siren here is the Archon of Song. She is, in fact, one of the most powerful people in the Scarlet Chorus. I'm surprised that she's out and about. A young woman stands flanked by a pair of soldiers. The ornate headdress cresting her brow lends her otherwise small figure an intimidating aspect. From gear to gown, everything about her starkly contrasts the wretched state of the camp. She looks both at ease and uncomfortable, composed in her element and completely unsure. She turns to you.
Greetings, worm.
Her voice takes you off guard. It is bare of any inflection, and yet full of beautiful music. If you didn't know better, you would guess that she is actively suppressing or modulating her vocal tone. Because we have worked with her in the past, during our conquest years, we have this option to speak.
You don't know me, little worm? I am Siren, and my degenerate allies have the pleasure of calling me the Archon of Song.
You hear the distant peal of a bell in her laugh. She regards you for a moment with dim interest.
And you are Tunon's Fateinder. What brings you here to the middle of the battlefield? Did Kyros send you to shame Ash and Nerat into action?
Ash certainly needs someone to dig a heel into his back, if only to distract him from his problem. She purses her lips in thought.
But Nerat, he's just a cat playing with a realm-sized mouse, isn't he?
What are you suggesting about Nerat? What? Oh, never mind. There isn't anything interesting happening in camp, and this solitude is making me paranoid. Nerat is the Archon of Secrets. I'm sure he has one or two things he isn't sharing with anyone.
I can't be expected to keep track of all his comings and goings, his plans and secret meetings, his betrayals.
She trails off and stands in thought for a few moments.
Anyway, we have a more important matter to deal with. There is something you can do to assist me.
From the corner of your eye, you see Verse cup her hands to her ears, turning her head away from Siren. Siren's mouth opens in a perfect O shape, and the sound that pours out is captivating, entrancing. It dampens the ambient bustle of the camp, until it seems that nothing exists but her voice.
Remove my helmet.
The ruby headpiece on her brow flashes, as if in warning. Because we have lore 40, what are you trying to do to me?
Really? That's it? How disappointing. It was worth a try, I suppose, though it appears to have been a colossal waste of effort.
She sighs and gives a sheepish smile.
I hoped you would assist me in a delicate matter, but it appears you're more nuisance than help. I have no further use for you, perhaps later. You're dismissed, Fatebinder.
Not as powerful as you imagine yourself to be, are you?
I said dismissed until I have further need of you. Your presence displeases me.
This time her voice takes on a different quality. It screeches like a piece of flint stuck in a grinding wheel. You can feel it down to your toes, and you want nothing more than to make a hasty exit before the Archon inflicts more of her terrifying song.
For the love of Kyros! That was the Archon of Song in the flesh!
Darting his head for a furtive look back at Siren, Lantry sighs in awe. Keep walking. Best not to offend her.
Quite right. Now's not the time to trouble her with 1,000 questions. Another time, perhaps.
Excellent. We got a Lantry loyalty ability, the Wheel of Ages. So we can have party members helped out in this endeavor.
You there! The one in the tin barrel. Remove my helmet.
She's still trying.
You address me, lady? Finer craftsmanship I have never seen. You wish the helmet removed?
Barrick hesitates before Siren. He seems at once ready to follow her order and nervously uncertain. Because we have Athletics 34, we can restrain Barrick. You forcibly grab a hold of Barrick by his shoulder plates and restrain him from moving any closer. The giant man looks ready to protest, and then regards you with sudden clarity.
Thank you. I don't know what came over me. Archon, with all due respect, we will keep our distance from each other. I would not engage with you again, accompanied or no.
Once again, the worm dares to defy the songbird. Don't worry, little worm. One day the bird will get her prey.
Intriguing. Can we do it again?
Be gone, worm.
That's interesting. Well, we've got Claws at Throat and Night Yowl here as well. Let's see if we can talk with them. A young beastman stands in the shadow of an enormous beast woman whose stature still manages to loom over you, even in her crouched position. The beastman's mouth froths with spittle that launches in every direction as he snarls at her. How the hell am I going to do this voice?
Night Yowl was promised worthy, tough prey for joining. But Beast Woman only allows Night Yowl to hunt weakest of humans. Saves best kills for self.
He pounds the earth, causing a small fissure to erupt.
Night Yowl was second strongest of Stonestalker males before joining Scarlet humans. Rutted even with 100 blood, with tribes prima. Was promised own pack for abandoning tribe mates.
Alright, so first off, what's a Stonestalker? The largest spanning beast tribe in the entirety of the tiers, the Stonestalkers of Azure nearly tripled in population during a period of domestication and forced labor in service to the farmers and ranchers of the realm. However, like all beasts, the Stonestalkers were born wild and yearned to range free, unfettered by humans within their own homeland. In ancient times, the tribe was known as the Meadowkins, but they were denied a name during the centuries of enslavement. In the turmoil created by Kyros' invasion of the Tiers and conquest of Azure, the beasts rebelled and won their freedom. Drawn to the enigmatic presence of Cairn, Archon of Stone, the beasts took the name Stonestalker as their own. After Cairn's defeat, when Kyros proclaimed the Edict of Stone on Azure, creating the Stone Sea, the Stonestalkers retreated into the wilds. The humans, who have since encroached on their territory, have been slaughtered. What's a prima? The leader of a beast tribe. The supremacy almost always held by a female. This rank is one defended through vicious bloodshed and fights for dominance rather than birthright. Many alphas may exist within a single tribe, but only one can rise above the others as prima. The crouched beast woman lets out a deafening cackle, her broad, sharp teeth appearing between each bellow. How do I do a female Stonestalker voice? Strong? No. See, ruined it. I'm just gonna do the same voice again. Ha ha!
Strong stone stalker? Beastman worth rotting?
She snorts.
No. Claws at throat and sees mewling first season cub before beast woman now. Sees only tenderfoot. Only weak whelp fit to chase injured, dying prey. Not best fighters on battlefield.
Nightgowl bares his teeth and lunges for the beast woman, but she is swift to stand. Hackles raised, and a callous palm far larger than his head harshly pins him to the ground in one deft swipe. His face smashes into the earth with a whip-like crack of stone, followed by a defeated whimper. Claws at throat stares down at you with as much regard as she might show the wild dogs that roam the camp.
Human?
She sniffs in your direction, and her nose wrinkles as she scowls, disgusted by your foul scent.
Humans, she hacks. Always encroaching on beast woman. Have no sense of danger, no recognition for prowling, hungry predators. Are worse than sniveling beastmen.
She grinds the beastman's face deeper into the dirt before lifting her clawed and gnarled fingers off of him. He quickly scrambles to his feet to nurse his head.
Speak, quickly, and maybe beast woman will listen.
Athletics 22, I wager I could take you, gain minor loyalty from verse. Do I want the minor favor from the Scarlet Chorus, or no, I probably want the athletics bonus because we're going to lose the Scarlet Chorus favor anyway. I wager I could take you. The beast woman snorts, a stab of incredulity opening the features of her face. Then she howls with racking, full-bodied laughter.
Claws at throat likes human who is male, yet who is bold enough to challenge beast woman. Expected Blunt Claw to be feeble as Nightgowl, whimpering at beast woman's feet.
She licks her fangs longingly as she assesses your hidden prowesses and strength.
If beast woman did not have runt whelp cur like Nightgowl to train, Claws at throat would happily enjoy fighting with human.
Oh, so we still have the other options too. Bare your teeth in a wild, dangerous grin. Don't worry, I know how to properly respect a beast. Allow me to gift you an offering of blood and bone. The beast woman perks up at your enticing words. She sniffs at you curiously, more thoroughly than before, and she smacks her lips softly, longingly, beginning to slather and drool. For a moment, you think she'll make a grab for you, but she merely sits back on her haunches, relaxed and watching you, pleasantly piqued as she scratches the taut stretch of her hard-muscled stomach.
Yes, beast woman like gifts of blood and bone, of fresh kills, but Claws at throat does not want such treats now. Instead, little Blunt Claw will join beast woman in hot slaughter of humans in one season soon.
She spreads her massive maws in a deadly grin. What's going on here?
Human has keen eyes, yes? Can see beast woman is disciplining insolent packmate.
She snaps a menacing sneer at the cowed beastman.
Mewling, whimpering male. Nightgowl will learn beastman's rank in new pack, or will not survive for many seasons longer.
A soft growl burbles up from the back of his throat in response to her threat, but he keeps his eyes downcast, refusing to meet her gaze. How did you come to join the Scarlet Chorus?
Human pack called Scarlet Chorus is vicious, cunning, feral, like tribes, like beast woman.
She snarls, but the sound is pleased and rumbling, nearly a purr as she cranes her face in the direction of the voices of Narat's war tent.
Chorus humans are dirty and reek like rotten meat, so easily shriek and tear at their own throats, but also respect strongest of pack. And beast women are strongest of all creatures, our best predators, like Archon called Narat. Pack's fierce and ruthless alpha is mystic who can swallow prey, blood and bones whole. Makes beast woman want to rut, fight, kill. Makes beast woman want to rut, fight, kill. She sighs hungrily. Makes beast woman want.
What tribe are you from, beast? She puffs her dirty, hairy teats and purrs with pride.
Claws at Throat was born of tribe with no name and no lands, called Summer Snout by Tearsmen who stole azure lands from tribe's ancestors. Then Claws at Throat became Great Stone Stalker, slaughtered own slavers and fought for tribe's freedom. Tribe then who became strong, unbreakable as stone, because of earth mystic called Archon Cairn.
She sniffs at the memory.
But now Cairn sleeps and dreams, drifting slowly into death in stone lands. 100 Blood protects free tribe, and Claws at Throat fights to kill more Tearsmen as Scarlet Stalker.
Cool. Farewell. Night Yowl, you okay there? The hulking creature sizes you up as you approach. He doesn't appear impressed. Alright, well, I think that's it for this group here. Salvarus, you have nothing new for me? Nope, he does not. Alrighty then. Well, let's go ahead and save the game here. And when we return, we'll make our way back over to the disfavored war camp, see if there's anything new there, and then make our way back to Echo Call Crossing. But that, my friends, will be next time. Hey everyone, J Square John Jeremy here, and I want to thank you for watching. Check out another video from yours truly, or take a look at the playlist for this series. If you haven't done so already, click on the logo to subscribe and keep track of this channel. Until next time, so long, and take care.